In this video, what I have today for y'all is I'm gonna go over a boat that I've been paddling, you know, off and on for about 2 years now, but I've never done an official review on it. This is the Crescent's kayak Splashback, and it's one of these boats that not many people have done videos on, not many people have done reviews on, but I think it's a sleeper as far as a kayak that has a lot of versatility to it. I recently had a trip down to Florida that was a little more compact and easier to kind of get around because I was going to be paddling those springs and those little lakes and ponds kind of offshoot, but I wanted to be able to fish. This boat has been absolutely phenomenal for what it was designed for, and I just wanted to do a quick little video for you all and let you know exactly my opinions on this boat. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start back here at the stern and just kind of like do a quick little walkthrough. Okay, to start off, I'll throw the specs up on the screen now and go over for y'all. The retail price on this boat right now at this moment is $4.99, which is an amazing price for a boat, for a kayak that's loaded with this many features. At 10'2" as far as length, 31 inches as far as width, and I think 31 they're taking right here in the middle. I think it's a little wider back here in the back. The weight is at 47 pounds. The weight capacity is at 300 pounds is what Crescent has it's rated at. So yeah, that's all the specs. So starting back here at the handle, this is blue water rope. This is some of the best rope you can get. This will hold up a lot better. Very comfortable grip. Has like little finger hole grips right there where you can really hold it and carry it. I like the handles. They function extremely well. Nothing flashy. Seems to get the job done. Rotomolded in drain plug. This is not the riveted in or screwed in type. I really love these rubberized drain plugs. They don't break off, and if you lose them, it's an easy replacement. You know, it's just threaded directly into the kayak, easy drained. You shouldn't get water in this kayak, but you know, you never know. If you do end up getting water, whether it's small droplets here and there, you can always relieve it, let the air kind of escape out of it and drain it if you need to. But normally, I don't think I use the drain plug ever. Pad eyes back here in the back. These pad eyes is for tying an additional webbing if you wanted to tie some other webbing to just give you another mounting point back here. Adjustable type bungee on this thing. These are these off hooks that Crescent does. They have like an adjustable bungee, so you can take this bungee off real quick. You just unhook it there and you can run it out right here. And looking at this tank well, they're saying this tank well can hold a black pack. So I did try a black pack in it. The black pack does ride a little bit over here, but the black pack does fit down in there and you can run the budgie on it. One thing that surprised me, see this groove down in the middle right here? I was down on the coast and one of my buddies is a scuba dive instructor, and he asked about using this as like a little dive kayak paddling out into an inlet. A scuba tank fits extremely well down inside this, almost like Crescent designed it for a scuba tank to fit down in there. You know, you wanted to have a small little dive boat or something like that. It actually worked pretty good. I was impressed how well all of his scuba equipment fit back in there. Has a scupper plug right here, has a molded in scupper right here for drainage, and it does have an angle down right there. And you know, you start filling up with water in your tank well, you could just pull that scupper plug and it drains out. A high back seat on there, and they have a nice kind of injected pad right there. That's an injected foam pad. That's called a spin well, and that's where they vent out of a kayak during the molding process. And it was genius how they just cover this up right here, and it works perfect. This is very comfortable. I sat in this thing for hours and very comfortable on the setting. Cup holder here and another scupper. It seemed to work just fine. And it also doubles as you could set an algae bottle or just a water bottle. It just kind of sits down in there nicely. Injected molded side handles. Side handles is easy to kind of suitcase carry this thing or grab it with two hands and car top it. Worked really well on that. This is all factory installed. The only thing I installed on this are these two Yakattack Mighty mounts right here, and I will go over with what I put in these mounts right here. This worked well. If you just wanted this kayak and needed a quick place to throw your paddle while you're like diving on and off or something, you could easily do it there or slide it up under that. That worked extremely well too. Molded in footwells. My feet ran about on the number 3 or number 2. The only thing I would have liked to seen is I would have liked to seen them a little further out to get a little more kind of like bite with my foot, but they worked. I'm not, you know, this is nitpicking, but they worked extremely well. I was not that worried about them. Just going forth, I'd like to see some sort of texture on them and a grip, and ran out a little longer. Crescent logo on the sides. I did mount these mounts here, and I run a Yakattack fishing rod holder on this side and a Yakattack roto grip on that side for a paddle, because I like the ability to just kind of like throw my paddle into a grip real fast and jump on and off the boat, or just sit there if I'm doing something with a camera or messing around with something. I can throw my paddle there or put my fishing rod right here. Worked pretty good as a fishing kayak, surprisingly well. I think you could put an 8 or 10 inch like hatch right here and turn this into a hatch, so I like having that spot there. Bungees up here for a dry bag, like a watershed dry bag or your jacket or something. You just slide it up there. Another handle up here with the blue water rope, and this design has a slight peak to it, so if water does hit up on this, it does have the ability to drain off pretty quickly from side to side if a wave crashes over on you. That was good. Pad eyes here and there. Like I said, water did puddle a little bit here, but it was nothing concerning to me. It paddled extremely well. Let's roll this thing over and look at the hull, because it does have a very interesting hull on it. This is a very used kayak, by the way, so you're going to see a lot of scratches. I have been down rocky rivers and around small streams, and it's held up extremely well. You can see it has more like a keel here. It doesn't have a lot of like rocker, like a banana shape. It is very straight on. This keel line will run the entire length of the hull, which helps this boat stay super straight as far as tracking. Very impressed. But what Crescent has done, they lifted their wall. This keel line is long right here, so it put this platform here, and it has a slight taper. You can barely feel this taper running right here on this edge. And what that does, that lifted the edge out of the water, so the amount of drag is only this much. So surprisingly, this boat was very fast going downriver. I was so shocked on how fast I could get this boat paddling. And you can kind of see it, how much of the keel line stays in the water. And it has a slight taper there and a slight taper there, scupper holes there and there. And then it just comes out, and then it just kind of like goes down to a sharp point. And it doesn't have that big bulbous area, so water cuts smoothly down this and runs down this channel nicely. Very well designed, considering the price and how affordable this kayak is. Extremely well designed hull. And not being super wide, I was impressed on the stability on this thing. I could easily edge it from side to side. It does have somewhat of a smaller profile of its sidewalls, so you don't want to be leaning over too much. And if you got it on the surf or some rivers, you might want to edge it a little cleaner. You can buy aftermarket thigh straps and add them off of that to about right here. Really customize this little kayak out. And for $4.99, you can't beat it. You could add little accessories here and there. It does have some flat areas to mount some mounts, some more mounts back here. You could easily mount several of the Yakattack mounts and really customize this boat out. It's a sweet little kayak for the price. I like this boat a lot. By the way, this only comes in blue now. It used to come in several colors, but to streamline this kayak down and make it at that affordable price tag, they only offer it in this blue color, which I like this blue color. I think it looks good. Now, is it going to replace a kayak like the Light Tackle CK1 or Shuttle or something like that? No. You guys leave in the comments below what you think about the Splashback, if you have one or you got any experience in one, or you're thinking about getting one and have any questions. Maybe I could help you out. All right, everybody, that's all I got on the Crescent Kayak Splashback. Let's get out of here. Woo!